Hi everyone, so I finally made it, and unfortunately my camera was out of memory for a while until I dumped all the videos on the YouTube, but this is a progress so far. Last thing I mentioned was I will try with the electrolyte to see if it leaks or not. Well, it was leaking. It was leaking from the same fitting I was telling you about, that I couldn't tighten properly because it was too close to the bolts beside it. But anyways, that one fine. It sealed itself. It seems like, I think it's sealed or not. So I had originally it came with 10 gauge wires, these blue things, blue and black, and I took apart my big ass car starter fan, and I actually forced the air inside to make sure that components are cool for prolonging running, and yeah, it was fine. But back to this generator. We'll start from the top, I guess. The solenoid or check valve is actually low rated. So what happens is, when you connect it to the charger or to the smaller battery or to the medium-sized battery, it actually overheats and becomes real hot, the coil itself. So I got some very dead battery, and it seems fine for now. That's that. The fittings that go into the container, because container is very thin, there's not much of a physical plastic space like this way to keep it tightened and prevent the leak. So it actually leaks a little. So Teflon tape might fix it, but in the long run, if you have something, let's say if it's an engine compartment, you have it shaking, over time this will become quite loose. The bubbler went from the bottom to the top and zip tied it. I was complaining earlier there's no way to mount it. Well, wrapping 2 zip ties around it seems to do the trick. Lower down, the relay heats up quite a lot, and but not as bad as the fuse assembly. This thing here and the connections right before it are real hot. After about an hour of continuous running, I burned myself when I touched it. It was way too hot. So were the terminals. I did some rewiring configuration. I've tried only positive, negative. I've tried like positive, negative to neutrals. I tried 2 positives and 2 negatives, and tried all kind of configurations. So this seems to work. The only problem is the very first plate. The very first plates, I should say, the ones that go from the wire, actually get real hot. In the demonstration video for this particular unit that company provides, they say it's been running for 40-something minutes and it's not really hot, but I burned myself when I touched the terminals. So what happened afterwards, water got real hot, and I just shut it off to make sure it doesn't boil and let it cool down. Going lower, the wire itself, back to the wire that was used, I measured the voltage when I connected to the very end. I measured the voltage here. It was about 1283, and I measured the voltage that goes into the terminals, and I lost exactly 1 volt. Now I'm not sure if it's for the resistance of the wires or because of the fuse connections here. If you remember, I told you earlier I had to solder it, but I lost 1 volt. That made me unhappy. So what I did, you see alligator clips directly from the charger itself to the plates, to the terminals, and the little jumpers here do what they were supposed to do, jump to the next plate. So that actually dropped down my amperes here, and stopped wasting current, I suppose. Put this little piece of wood just to support that it doesn't go forward, tilting on me. And I tried a couple of things with it, but I'll tell you about it in the next video.